All right, everyone, thank you very much for tuning in. My name is CharlesEllroy, and we have a game today. It's going to be Fortnite Gamers vs. Act Esports. Please stay with us as we get loaded into the game, and we'll get started here shortly. All right, everybody, again, thank you very much for tuning in. We are about ready to get the games underway. We have Fortnite Gamers versus Act Esports. My thanks to Hextech Championships for allowing me to cast and stream the game today. We're going to go ahead and get started. The pick ban is underway, and Blue is going to go first. And myself being an NA player, I am kind of excited to see how everything changes a little bit from NA to EU. So we're going to see a Misfortune ban coming first. Misfortune does appear to be a favorite of Bauman, so that makes sense. And we'll see a Camille ban coming next. The Camille ban is very solid, very mobile, able to lock champions down, and she can trade out really well in lane, so I love the ban there. We'll have to see what Blue is going to ban next in response. And Fortnite Gamers will remove the Galio. His ult can really impact team fights, making it very hard to win skirmishes if he just pops in there and turns a 2v2 into a 3v2, gives his team a nice shield and gets a knock-up on there. It can really change the tide, so glad to see him taken out of there. Act's second ban is going to be coming through any moment now. And we're going to see Gwen. I like the Gwen taken out as well. Gwen is very strong both in lane and in the team fights. Her ability to not take any CC damage with her W, her ability to sustain through lane and just cut through people make her a very difficult champion to go up against. So wise choice to remove her from the ranks. The final ban of the first phase is going to come through for Fortnite Gamers. They're going to take it down to the wire. And Leona, very strong champion. A lot of CC, a lot of peel, a lot of engage. They're going to take that off the table, and so we will get on to the final ban of this first half coming out of Act Esports. And there's the Viego. Viego's so busted that he wasn't even allowed to be played in the pros for a while. Going to be taken out as well. He can run over game just stealing souls. B1 is going to be coming up here soon, and we'll see what Fortnite gamers decide to prioritize in this game. Kai'Sa. Kai'Sa is a good, strong, early pick. Oh, they decided to switch over to the Zhao just at the last second. My bad. I apologize. Zhao is a good, strong, early pick as well. Zhao has been very strong in the jungle here recently. Is able to get into a lot of team fights. His army allows him to get a quick pick on somebody, change a team fight, and then just swap over. So I love the Zhao pick here for the side of Fortnite gamers. And it looks like Demoter 9000 has a very high win rate on the Zhao too, so kind of daring to leave that open from the side of Act Esports. We've got an Ornn locked in. Ornn is fantastic. Great tank. Offers solid engage. The gold increase that he gives after level 13 for the upgraded items, it just feels so strong as well. So very good pick with the Ornn, and Hecarim is going to be coming into this game. I like the Hecarim pick. I think it's a great ganking champion. I think he's able to get in, do a lot of work. His fear is fantastic. And he offers a lot of mobility to get in and help kind of rush in. So I love the pick of Hecarim there. I do think Zhao's really strong, though. So I want to see how this Hecarim plays into the Zhao, if he's going to be looking for fights or just trying to gank opposite side. And there's the Kai'Sa. I knew I wasn't crazy. I saw it coming. Sylas. I love the Sylas pick. Especially if the Sylas goes Everfrost, is able to stop his stun or slow his opponent. Then he lands his Abductive Scon, hits the Kingslayer. He makes it very hard to trade within lane, and he can really start snowballing a game. Plus, if we're looking at ults, he's got some fantastic ults to steal already just with Ornn and Hecarim, and we still have 3 picks to come through for the side of Act Esports. So I want to see what kind of ults he's also going to have access to. Corki, not the greatest alt for him to steal, and also really kind of hard for him to lane into. The last couple times I've seen a Corki into a Sylas, Corki has done a pretty good job of pushing into the Sylas since he's a melee and being able to roam and have a lot more presence on the map. So I'm anticipating that Corki is going to do a good job of that exact same thing. Kind of pushing in the wave, putting some damage onto the Sylas, and then roaming, looking to get other kills and influence the rest of the map. I expect to see that same thing here. We have a moored ban coming through from the side of Act Esports as we start to look towards the... It's kind of interesting. I like that we still have the entire bot lane duo on the side of Act Esports, but we've got the support in the top on the side of Fortnite. They didn't exactly answer tit for tat, and that's kind of nice. There's the Lulu ban. Lulu is super broken right now, especially paired with a lot of different champions. The Kog'Maw, the Jinx. Kai'Sa's even very strong because she can pop the R on once she goes in for Kai'Sa's R. So there's a lot of ability for her to kind of make a game really rough for the other team. So the Lulu ban feels good. This final ban coming out of the side of Act Esports is going to be a Kled. They do not want to see that Kled go into the Ornn, so he's going to be taken off the table, and the final ban will be coming through from Fortnite Gaming here in just a moment. Going to take it down to the wire, and the final ban is going to be a skip. Interesting. Bold choice. Let's see if it pays off. Okay, we're going to get to see a Jhin game. I have not seen a Jhin in a while played in any of these matches that I've been casting here recently. It's been a lot more of the Kai'Sa, the Samira, the Ezreal with Divine Sunder, that kind of build. I'm excited to see Jhin in the game. I think that is another fun alt for Sylas to steal. It doesn't scale the best, but it'll certainly be fun for him to take over. We'll see what the last 2 picks are going to be from Fortnite Gaming here. Rakan. So they're definitely looking to go in and not play around here. The Rakan, great at dashing in, getting the knock up. His charm is huge. He offers a little bit of healing and sustain for his champion as well. But this final pick is going to tell us what they're planning to do. It's going to be this side of top most likely, unless they're going to do some crazy stuff in this game. Sett, okay. And so we'll see the support pick coming here for the side of Act Esports. Poppy. Okay. I will not lie, I did not see the Poppy pick coming through. That threw me off a little bit. I'm interested to see what they're going to do. Are they going to do an Ornn or Poppy support here? Let me know what you guys think in the chat. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. And these teams are going to go ahead and get into the actual client draft now. I'm going to go ahead and turn up the music and let everybody take a look at what we've got going on here for you. We've got Zhao into the Hecarim. We've got the Sylas into the Corki. We've got Jhin into Kai'Sa. Sett going top, Rakan going support for the side of Fortnite Gaming, and this Ornn Poppy has still got me a little thrown off. I want to see what this is going to go to. So we'll wait for the picks to come in real quickly, and then I'll be able to confirm some stuff. If you're in the chat, let me know if you know something I don't. I'd love to see what's going on. And the picks are coming through right now. So it is going to be Ornn top Poppy support most likely. I like that. That's a very interesting pick. It's a nice disengage for the Rakan to come in. I think that's going to be a fun kind of lane to see play out. If they can work it well, I think it's going to go fine. I think it offers a lot of opportunity for them to also have a little bit more frontline on the team. If we look at the side of Fortnite, they don't have a whole lot of tankiness on there. They've got Sett, who's a bruiser. He can definitely disrupt the back line. And Rakan will be quasi-tanky, but you're going to have an Ornn and a Poppy who are just going to be so much more. And then you've got Hecarim to get into the back line, disrupt with Zhao. You've got the Corki and the Jhin, so you basically got two ADCs. The only problem I see with the only problem I see with the Act team is going to be their level of AP damage coming out. I don't think they have the most AP damage coming out of their team. So if Fortnite Gamers just decides to build a whole bunch of armor there, it'll make for an interesting little setup in this game. We're going to go ahead and transition over to the game here shortly. Please stay tuned. There will be a 3-minute delay. And thank you very much for tuning in as we get this game between Fortnite Gamers and Act Esports underway here.
A summoner has disconnected.
And of course, as soon as we log in, we have a pause, so bear with us here. Going to go through, look at all the summoner spells. Nothing looking too crazy. The Pop going with Exhaust and the Rakan going with Exhaust as well. Teleport on all of our solo laners, so everything is looking pretty standard. Go ahead and get that up, and we'll just wait just a moment while everything gets in.
Where is your god now?
Alright, and this game is going to get underway. Both junglers going with the challenging smite. I like the Corki with the call. I've been seeing it a lot recently. That's a little freeze because of the pause, so bear with us. We've got the Sylas going with the Dark Seal there. And we've got all 5 members of the side of Fortnite Gaming running to the top side, it looks like. So we're going to have to see what comes of this. I'm excited for it, though.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
And if it's crazy loud, let me know in the chat. I can adjust the volumes. This is my first EU account. Hell yeah, I'm turning her down. I'm sorry. There we go. Some engage happening here. And he has to flash away already. The Ornn blowing his flash, taking quite a bit of damage from that invade. That is definitely worth it to get the flash off the Ornn early. They're going to go ahead and reset here. Very well played from the side of Fortnite Gamers.
Minions have spawned.
All right, and everything is going to go ahead and get back to it. That Ornn without a flash early, that is going to feel kind of bad as we get into the game, especially if the Zhao is able to come up early. So we have the Zhao starting on his red, the Hecarim starting on his red, looking to cross jungle here. The Kaisa is going to get caught out here. There's the stun coming out, a little bit of damage coming through. A nice way to set the Kai'Sa back a little bit. She'll have to be very mindful of stepping up. This Ornn taking some additional damage in lane. Doesn't love that. And so my big thing for this game is I want to see how the Corki plays into the Sylas, and I definitely want to see how the Poppy Rakan works out. She should be countering him relatively well, but at this point, we could see anything. So right now, everybody farming it out. Sett doing a good job, up about a wave into the Ornn. Sylas up about a wave into the Corki. Everything else relatively equal across the map. And here comes the Sylas. He's going to trade into that Corki, putting out some damage. Valkyrie away just to stay out of harm's way for a little bit. Jhin doing a great job of chasing down on the 4th shot just to push them back a little bit, give themselves a little breathing room there. These two top laners, of course, just arm wrestling it out on the top side. Nothing too crazy going on, both relatively full health. We've got the Sylas going in on the Hecarim. He does miss the abductive Scond, and Rakan was there with him. Zhao looks like he's ready to join, and they're all going to go ahead and secure that bot side scuttle real quickly. Hecarim was in Pucker City there for a moment. If he had gotten engaged on and that abductive Scond had hit by the Sylas, that could have been a very bad setup for him in a very early first blood onto the jungler, setting him back pretty badly. This Sylas doing a very good job of keeping that Corki at bay, keeping up in CS, not letting the Corki abuse his range advantage there. I love the Sylas play here. And the Corki having to Valkyrie away again. The knockup comes in, but it is countered just like we had mentioned. A lot of damage coming down onto the Kai'Sa. Kai'Sa trying to get out of there. We've got Zhao coming in. He flashes, tries to get the W onto the Jhin. But he is going to go ahead and lock up the trade kill. There it is. First blood still goes over to Jhin. And the knockup is going to just barely miss on the Poppy. So that's going to be a 1-for-1 trade on the bot side. First blood going over to Jhin from the side of Act Esports. And that Sett taking some damage in lane in the trade. We've got the Hecarim roaming mid. The Zhao coming again back to the bot side. Flash has already been blown on the Jhin. And here he comes again. He's going to go in, dealing some damage. This Poppy trying to keep the rest of the team off, but that Zhao was able to put on some damage. The flash coming out of Poppy as well to dodge the knockup coming out of the Rakan. Very well played, and also good job from the Zhao to let Kai'Sa have that kill. You want the gold to go on the ADC. He's already got his kill from earlier. Why not come back down? And that's going to put this bot side duo on the side of Fortnite Gaming in a very good position. They're able to get a little bit of a CS lead, get that gold back up, and get a kill over to the Kai'Sa. So, very good job and very good play from the side of Fortnite Gaming. Ornn going ahead and buying some steel plate boots here. And that's going to be the Infernal Drake going over to the side of Fortnite Gaming. The next Drake's going to be an Ocean, which means we'll get to see a Cloud or a Mountain Soul this map. I think the Cloud is going to be great. The Mountain would be great. That would offer a lot of opportunity for the Poppy to get some of those slams into the wall and everything else. So I'd love to see the Mountain Soul just to provide a little bit more entertainment in the game. And this Sett doing an amazing job so far, farming very heavily up against this Ornn. We've got a fight breaking out between Sylas and Hecarim down in the bot side red jungle there. And yeah, this Sett finds himself up 20 CS over the Ornn. Not where the Ornn wants to be at this point, but his job is just going to be to get tanky throughout the game, so we'll have to see how he plays it out. But he is certainly down a little bit. Also, just to point out, the Zhao has already completed his jungling item, whereas the Hecarim still has 2 more smites before he hits that 900 level mark. So if there are any fights coming out around objectives here in the next couple minutes, that's definitely going to be an advantage over to the side of Zhao. Somebody said Corki trolling with the Executioner's first buy. I think it's interesting. I think he's trying to cut through some of that W off of his Kingslayer. I don't know if it's the right choice either, but we'll see if it pays off. Maybe it's OP and we're just not in on the joke. And Sylas setting with that Hecarim ult in the mid lane, so misses the Abductor's Gone. The Valkyrie, a great job to get away from it. We see Zhao try and hit the W on the Hecarim. He's going to engage now. There's the ultimate from Hecarim coming out on the Sylas, and that is going to be a kill going over the Sylas. Hecarim will fall. That's now a 3-0, 3-1 game in favor of Fortnite gamers. The Abductor's Gone misses. The knockup misses. Both Rakan and Sylas are not able to hit their CS. They're going to keep going. The Rakan taking a couple extra turret shots. Very good play from the Rakan to take that extra turret shot for the Sylas. Let him lock up the kill. And we now find ourselves in a 4-1 game. Fortnite gamers also working on that Rift Herald now. Hecarim still down 1 smite. And Kaisa doing a nice job down here in the bot lane playing against these two. Just getting some solo XP here. And the Sett still maintaining his 20 CS lead over the Ornn. The Sylas, about a wave up and 2 kills. You're going to feel that. He's already coming back to lane with a Lost Chapter, a couple stacks on his Dark Seal, and a Ruby Crystal. So it looks like he will be going into the Everfrost as well. And Corki definitely going for the garage sale build. He's got an Executioner. He's got the calling, he's got the tier, he's got a little bit of everything just trying to survive this. He is really good at getting out of there with those Valkyries though. There's the pull from Sett, doing some damage. The knockup comes down. The Haymaker likely going to land on the Ornn. There's the Hecarim engage. He hits the ult on there. They're fleeing. Gets the knockup. The flash comes out from the Kaisa and she's able to dash over. Rakan up very close to taking another ult shot from the Jhin. Am I drunk? Is that the question? I don't drink. And the Sett continuing to gain an advantage in lane, now almost up 30 CS. Well, was up about 30 CS or so. We see the Sett down in the bot area as this second Drake is going to spawn. We'll see the Ocean come up here, and Sett's in the area. That's going to leave Ornn to go ahead and catch up a little bit, maybe even get some turret plates. They've got another 2.5 minutes before those fall off, so he's in a position where he can go ahead and get that going. And Rift Herald on Zhao. Looks like they're looking to push this in, drop it mid, get that knocked down while they get Prio on the Drake. And Rakan gets engaged on by the Poppy. The Ocean Drake does go over to the side of Fortnite gamers. That gives them a hell of an advantage at this point, about 1.5 thousand gold up. And dominant vision on the bot side of the map. They've got lots of vision wards everywhere. They can definitely see what's going on, and they're doing a good job of tracking where that Hecarim's at on the bot side and making sure they have it for the Drake. The flash comes out of the Corki. He does manage to get away, even though that Hecarim ult came out of the Sylas. And that's going to be Jhin getting blown up under the turret with a 3-man dive coming out of Fortnite Gamers. They're doing a very good job of playing this map and playing to their win condition, locking up the kills left and right across the map, getting them on everybody. Zhao has 2-0, Sylas 2-0. That Kai'Sa's got 1 kill. They're doing a great job right now. And they try to do the knockup again. It's denied by the Poppy. She gets the stun off onto the Zhao. Flashing coming out left and right. Some turret shots going down. Managing to stay alive. Very well played from the Poppy. A 3-man dive comes down, and they are able to stay alive. Zhao trying to play a little game here and dance around. Knockout comes through, and that final shot from the Jhin ult is going to come down once the Poppy locks him down, and that will be the kill going over to Jhin. We've got a fight breaking out topside. Hecarim in the area, but teleport coming down. Sett is definitely feeling the damage come through. Now we've got Sylas in here, but he's also going to get melted down a little bit. Not a very good position to find yourself in. And so we are going to see them kind of trade it out. We've got the Ornn ult coming back from the Sylas. Abductive Scon lands. The R comes out. And that's going to be a double kill going over in favor of Fortnite Gaming. They were able to lock up the Hecarim and the Ornn there. Very well played. Taking their time, dancing around, waiting for the Sylas ult to come through so they can steal the ult and turning the engage back on them. That's going to be 2 more kills going over the side of Fortnite Gaming. And I'm going to do a quick check-in here on the gold. We do see that the Sett is up. Oh, Corki getting engaged on by the Sylas there, Zhao in the area. So we see Sett up about 600 gold. We see that Zhao is up well over 1,000. Negligible gold difference, but about 600 gold in the mid. And the Jhin is the only one that's really got a pace to beat here. He's up about 500 on the Kai'Sa. So doing a very good job, Fortnite Gaming is, of getting these engages. And so there it is again. You've got 3 members invading the jungle now, trying to take the blue buff away from this Hecarim from the side of Act Esports. It is going to land. And he's going to even go for the Gromp. There's not a lot of fear here. He's going to just keep taking things. He's got the backup. They've got the pressure. Why not? That's the Poppy ult stolen away to the Sylas. There's the engage. That Hecarim is very low. Poppy trying to buy some time. She's barely going to manage to get out of there. You've got the ult coming through from Sylas. Doesn't land, but Poppy says, I can do one better. Hits her ult there. We've got a fight breaking out between the top laners now. Things are going on across the map. The pull comes through. Lots of damage coming through onto that Ornn. He is not trading out as well as the Sett is. And there's the pillar comes through, but they're basically going to go ahead and walk it out now. Everything is going to go ahead and go back to normal, and that was a very good engaging fight on the side of Fortnite Gaming as they're able to go ahead and keep the pressure up and lock up that turret. First turret does go over to Fortnite Gaming. That's even more gold in their pocket as they find themselves up about 3,000 gold at just about 15 minutes in. A lot of people saying how much they love the support for the side of Act Esports. Let me know which teams you're rooting for in the chat in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And there's the Sett farming up like a boss. Still has a good 30 CS lead on the side of this Sett. No fear from him at all. He's also up a kill. Got his mythic completed. He's feeling pretty big. They're going to go ahead and move over to this second Rift Hero to go ahead and lock it up now. They've got Vision, the Ornn ult coming through. It does lock up and land. That's going to be the Smite coming through. And it looks like it got onto the Zhao, but they pay a price for it. Zhao and Rakan fall in order to get the Rift Herald. They still find themselves up a nice bit of gold, and with that Herald, they're going to have a nice bit of pressure as well. But they're outmanned across the map and lift this Ocean Soul up. There's the ult coming through with Sylas. Not afraid to engage. I don't know if that was the right choice. There goes the Zhonya's. He's going to get blown up, and he'll fall. Haymaker comes through, and he's able to lock up 2 kills in favor of the side of Fortnite now. It's a 2-for-3 trade. That's going to be the Sett falling. It's a 3-for-3 trade. Kai'Sa locks up the kill onto the Ornn, trying to stay alive, uses the heal, but is not able to get the kill, and she will fall to the Hecarim. That is going to be a very good fight. Left and right fighting. Hecarim, the only man left after everything is said and done for. Truffle's rooting for some Fortnite gaming because me71's so handsome. I love it. All right, we see Blue now working on this Drake. This could be their 3rd Drake, putting them on soul point already. We've got members coming in. Teleport comes through. Hecarim gets blown up. There's no smite available on the side of Act Esports. And that is going to be Zhao locking up the 3rd Drake of the game. The Ornn ult coming through for the Sylas, and Ornn will get blown up now too. It's a 2-for-0 trade in favor of Fortnite Gaming. They're going to go ahead and get the Drake. They're going to put pressure on the mid, and they're very likely going to get this mid tier 1 turret. There's the tier 1 turret falling. They're going to push this wave in. They're going to use Rift Herald, and they're going to try and get this tier 2 turret to at least get a charge off, maybe even fall, so they have more pressure across the map. That's the charge off, and they're able to knock down this tier 1 outer turret for the top lane. Hecarim going in. The flash comes out of the Zhao trying to stay alive. He might be able to trade the kill over. The fear lands, but it is going to be Hecarim that falls because Sett and Rakan were in the area. Flash is coming out of the side of Rakan as he tries to land the knockup, but it does not connect. Or not Rakan, I apologize. And this Kai'Sa feeling very strong right now. She's on her Riftmaker. She's got the Dirk. That means her Q is upgraded, so she is pumping out some damage. And Fortnite Esports just doing a great job of commanding the map. They have all the outer tiers down. They have a lot of pressure on that on the mid lane now. They've got 3 Drakes up. They're up 7 kills. They find themselves up about 7,000, 6,000 gold at this point. If we're being honest, I don't know exactly what the side of Act Esports has to do in order to get a win condition here. I think they need to solid 5v5 fight and try and hope that the Ornn and the Poppy can take up a lot of that damage so that Jhin and the Corki can output it. Jhin's attack speed not helping, and he's still not quite scaled up. He's just got the Gale Force and the Dirk, so he's not even hitting that hard at this point. We're going to have to get into it here in a little bit and see if they're able to do more, but right now it is the side of Fortnite Gaming that is doing a great job playing the map and playing to their win condition. The vision control has been solid, the objective control has been solid, they've done a great job of getting turrets knocked down, and so we're just going to have to see how the rest of this goes. A little fight breaking out topside. Sylas not afraid to just trade into anybody. He finds himself 4-1-4. He's already on 2.5 items, 8 stacks on his Dark Soul. His Dark Seal. I'd love to see him get up a little bit more and maybe turn that into a Magi if he keeps playing the way he's playing. And special package is available for Corki. We'll have to wait and see when he picks that up. Quick gold check in. Sett now up 1,500 or so over the Ornn. 2,000 gold difference onto the Zhao versus the Hecarim. We've got about 1,000 gold lead over to the Sylas, and this Kai'Sa is now taking the lead over the Jhin, so a lot of commanding pressure coming out of the side of Fortnite Gaming. Alright, I see you, Jhin, with the pickaxe now, starting to do some damage with your autos. And that's what the side of Act Esports has to do at this point. They have to run around in a group besides the Ornn, really. That Poppy has to babysit the Jhin, has to make sure that the Hecarim is not alone, so that they can try and get engaged here. They're going to try and pinch in on the Sylas. Ping's coming out. There's the ult. He's going to maybe try and use it to get away here. And he is. He's going to survive. The stun will miss from the Jhin. Corki takes a couple turret shots. It's a 4v1 now. They could do a very solid dive, but they're going to back off. A lot of respect given to how big the Sylas is and how well he can trade out under lane. So everything's going to reset. The Sylas still keeping him here, though. No fear from Diddy. He's going to keep walking in and trying to keep him from backing as they're going to put pressure on the rest of the map, try and get maybe that bot side turret as we see members running down there. Yeah, Sylas is not afraid. He's going to go ahead and land the Everfrost. He tries to land the Abductive Scon. It doesn't come through. The W lands. There it is. The flash out. Some damage coming through. Sonia's is going to come now. That's going to be the slow. He's able to land his Kingslayer on there. We've got damage coming onto this bot side turret now. 4-man dive. Ornn trying to stay alive, has to flash to get away. The turret's going to fall, and he's going to find himself likely falling to this 4-man group. That's going to be a kill going over to Fortnite Gaming as Ornn falls. Meanwhile, Sylas has done a good job of keeping the Jhin and the Poppy locked up in the top lane. The ult comes through for the Jhin. The Sylas is going to stay alive. He's able to dodge a lot of these skill shots coming out of the Jhin, and this is going to be the 4th Drake going over to the side of Fortnite Gaming this early. It's going to be a 23-minute soul wrapped up and put in a box for the side of Fortnite Gaming as they decide to roam up, and they might try and put pressure on the Baron here. There's no other real objectives that they have to worry about, and that's the one thing they don't have for their collection. I was about to say, don't everybody run past that ward. All right. Jhin finds himself in a bit of a pickle. I don't know how he got on that side of the turret, but he is in a very dangerous position, and that's going to be the kill going over to Sylas. Jhin is now down. They have a man advantage across the map. Sett on the bot side. His teleport's up. They could very easily threaten the Baron at this point. Vision coming through. They're starting the Baron. They're going to get it down. They're working on it. Members in the area. Sett not quite there. TP still up on him. He's roaming over, running. There's still no engage coming out of the side of Act Gaming. Or Act Esports, rather. I apologize. That's the Sett ult coming. That's the Ornn ult coming out of the Sylas, and we've got a full-on fight going on now. The Rakan gets blown up from the side of Fortnite Gaming. Now we've got a fight coming through. That's going to be the Hecarim that falls. Now they're working on Ornn. Sylas putting down some heavy damage. He's not able to trade over the kill. The Zonia's comes through. It's a 3-for-2 trade in favor of Fortnite Gaming. And it doesn't look like the Poppy's going to make it. That's a triple kill going over to the Sett. That's a 4-for-2 trade, and the side of Fortnite Esports finds themselves in a very favorable position. And they're going to go ahead and start working on the Baron as we speak. And that's going to be Baron going over to the side of Fortnite Gaming, and they are going to get. There is going to be a kill going over on the Sylas to the Jhin. So very well played from the side of Fortnite Gaming to lock that up. Sylas doesn't have the Baron one place you'd like to have it. And so now we will see Fortnite Gaming with the Baron buff going ahead and putting pressure on the map. Sylas won't have it. He's down for another 20 seconds. But I don't think that matters entirely. They're up almost 9,000 gold. They have the Cloud Soul. They've got a 10-kill lead, and they've also got 5 turrets to 0. We're going to see how they decide to play with this Baron and where they decide to push and pull it. I expect them to do a 3-2 on the bot side, but they might want to put some pressure on the top side of the map as well. And we'll have to see exactly what they decide to do. All right, looks like Zhao is going to be roaming top. We've got members going ahead and pushing that bot wave in, and it looks like they're going to go ahead and roam mid and top here and start putting on some pressure. Ping's coming out from the side of Fortnite Gaming. They want to get the top tier 2 turret in. And so they're going to go ahead and put the pressure there. Meanwhile, Sett babysitting the mid so that they have to have some response here, and they're not going to be able to send anybody up. That should be the tier 2 turret falling, and that's going to be the 6th turret for the side of Fortnite Gaming. And we see a 4-1 here. They're going to go ahead and have Sett the pressure into the mid lane, and the rest of them are going to go ahead and put pressure into the top side of the map. And Inhib could very likely fall here. Poppy, ult misses, nothing's going to come of it. This Ornn ult comes through, gets it locked up onto the Zhao. A lot of damage coming through, and that's going to be Pyke getting blown up. Now we see the Jhin blown up. Neither ADC available in the game. Corki down and Rakan are down. It's a 2-for-2 trade so far. That's going to be the Poppy down. It's a 3-for-2. It's a 4-for-2 trade, and Fortnite continuing to dominate the game. The Ornn doesn't find himself with an out here, and he's going to get blown up underneath the turret very likely. There it is. That is a ace for the side of Fortnite Gaming. And they are going to push on here. That's going to be the Inhib. They're going to clear out the turret. They still have the Baron buff, and this could be a win in the series for the side of Fortnite Gaming. They've still got 15 seconds. If they can't wrap it up here, nobody can. They're going to knock down the Nexus turrets. They're knocking on the front door, and that is going to be the Nexus falling for the side of Ace Esports, and Fortnite Gaming will get the first win of the series. Stay tuned with us. We are going to get into the second game. Thank you very much for tuning in. We will get into the second game here shortly.
Discover fresh new tracks and new music.
All right, and we are getting the second game underway between Fortnite Gaming and Act Esports. Act now on the blue side, Fortnite on the red. Fortnite up 1-0 in the series. So we are going to see how everything goes. Let's get everything started. The Camille band going to come out again from the side of blue. Misfortune band coming through for Fortnite Gaming. And very similar bans coming out of the side of Act Esports as they're going to be on the Viego as well. And Galio going to get banned from the side of Fortnite Gaming. I love that they are keeping the same bans. We'll see if they give any respect over to some of the people that they played against and get some target bans from the last game coming through. There's the Zhao. Hovered. Will he be banned? Only time will tell. And quite a bit of time. There we go. So that is going to be the Zhao ban from last game. We are not going to be able to see him come onto the Rift this game. A lot of respect given over to the jungler. Very well played from the side of Fortnite Gaming for their Zhao. And the Leona ban going to come through again. The exact same 3 bans we got to saw last game. Fortnite has a pretty standard ban set up for this team, and they're going to play with it. And that looks like B1 is going to go over to Ezreal. That's what we've been seeing a lot here recently. Put the Divine Sunder on and let him get up a couple items, the Mirror Mana, and his third item, maybe an Essence Reave or something like that, and he starts doing some damage. So I like this. We're going to have to see what the side of Fortnite prioritizes for our one pick. They're going to go ahead and hit the Kaisa again. Why not? It worked out well for him last game, and we will see the Gwen played. So since it was not banned early, we are going to see the Gwen go ahead and get locked in here. Very likely going to go to the top side there, and we've got the Gnar to go into it. And the B3 pick, the last of this first half, is going to go over to Yuumi. Yuumi, okay, that's that wasn't just a hover, that's a pick. I feel like the Yuumi pick is kind of like a Yasuo. The enemy Yasuo, the enemy Yuumi always does better, but the Yuumi on my team or the Yasuo on my team never does that great. So my fear there is that they are going to have a Yuumi that isn't able to output too much damage there, or isn't able to help out with the fights as much as they want them to, and they're going to feel a man down. The ults are great, especially if you get them on a carry. The heals, fantastic. The slows or something, but sometimes it just feels like you're a man down because you don't have somebody that can really absorb damage, can trade out with you. You're literally just getting a little bit of a boost there, so I want to see how that plays out. I do love the Pyke pick, though. Pyke is fantastic. Great for the team fights, wonderful roams. Definitely looking forward to seeing the Pyke on the map. We're going to see an RE ban coming out of the side of Fortnite Gaming. And the Sylas is going to go ahead and get banned here. Act not wanting to see the Sylas come back on the map. He was able to get things snowballing in favor of Fortnite. Good roams, good presence on the map. And that's going to be the Oriana ban. And the final ban is going to be the Zoe coming through for the side of Act Esports. And that was my mother visiting my daughter, so I'm glad you all got to hear that. The Hecarim pick coming through again. Different side, but that's okay. And there's the Olaf. Now, I do know that that Palzern loves to play the Olaf, and he's pretty good on him. So I want to see how this turns out. They are going to lock it in. I like the Olaf pick. I haven't seen him played in meta for a moment now. Very strong skirmisher. Great if he gets an early lead, and I want to see this play out. So I love the Olaf. Don't know how I feel about it into the Hecarim, but we'll see how it all ends. And that's the Neeko. They're hovering it. 4, 3. There it is. That's going to be a Neeko pick coming into the mid lane here. So I like the side of Act Esports. I think they've got a very decent team. Um, they do have quite a bit of CC, quite a bit of engage coming out from the side of the Olaf, from the Neeko, from the Gnar, especially the Mega Gnar. So I like their team setup so far. We'll have to see what this final pick comes through on the side of Fortnite Gaming. It's going to be the Corki. So Corki, again, really strong in meta right now. Very frequently seeing him get picked. I like what we're seeing here. I do think that the side of Act Esports has a good chance here, but if there are some good team fights from the side of Fortnite Gaming, they have a very big opportunity with that Pyke on the team and with the double ADC with Corki and Kaisa to make things happen. And so the teams are going to go ahead and get underway with the client draft, and we will pull that up here in just a moment once they get everything completed. Yeah, again, I want to say thank you to Act Esports Fortnite Gaming for allowing us to stream Hextech Championships. Thank you very much for allowing me to cast the game for you today. If you guys like this content, go ahead and go over to the follow button and hit it. I do cast like this a couple times a week for different organizations. We'd love to have you here more often. But we're going to go ahead and get this final game of the series started here shortly. I do want to see how the Ezreal Yuumi game lane goes. I think that there's some ups and some downs there. Like I said, in my experience, Yuumi is not always the best support. It feels like you're man down, especially when it comes to some of those fights, being able to have somebody that can also trade out damage and the amount of utility you get out of her. But her heals, her ult, her slow, there is a lot of opportunity for her to be able to impact the game. It's just going to come down to how well she plays and how well the Ezreal plays. If he gets locked up and then you're just handing over a double kill. If he can arcane shift out of there and keep a good distance, use the buff coming out of the Yuumi and put out some damage in these fights, there's a good chance that they're going to win lane 2. But the Pyke in team fights, he can very easily get resets. He's really great at roaming, much more than a Yuumi is. So the Pyke can also have a lot of influence on mid lane, on objectives, helping the jungler. So I'm, again, very interested to see how they play out this bot lane and if it's going to work for them. Fortnite has an opportunity to play to a win condition here. But I really like the difference in picks here. We have a little bit different team, a totally different team coming out of the side of Act Esports. And I love to see that in some of the games. I don't love to see the same thing rinse and repeat over and over again. So I love that they've done a lot of different things to switch up their comp here. I also enjoy the fact that we've got a Pyke and a Gwen in this game on the side of Fortnite Gaming now as well. So we're going to get to see everything unfold here in a little bit. Please stay tuned, and thank you very much for tuning in. Again, if you haven't done it, hit the follow button, and thank you very much for your support. Stay here for the second game in the series between Act Esports and Fortnite Gaming. All right, everyone. Thank you very much for tuning in again. Taking a look around at the summer spells real quickly. We've got Ignite on the Gwen, no flash there. Everybody else has Teleport for the Soul Landers, Heal on our ADCs, and we've got Ignite on both of our supports. The Exhaust, of course, coming through on the Yuumi. And both of the junglers going to opt to go for Ghost there. So that's no flash on the Hecarim, no flash on the Olaf as well, which is kind of interesting. And everything gets loaded on here to the Rift. Let's take a look real quickly, see how the purchases are going to come through. We've got the, we do have the call starting on the Corki again. We've got Chilling Smite coming out for Olaf, Challenging Smite coming out for the Hecarim. Everything else looks pretty standard here across the ways, and we're going to get this game started. No adventurous starts, it looks like, from either side of this, either side of these teams, as they're just going to kind of 5-point out here and enjoy the starts of this game.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
We do see some pings coming out from the side of Fortnite Gaming as they kind of bunch up on the bot side. They might want to put a little bit of pressure towards that tri-bush, but there's vision in it. They'll get spotted out if they do anything too sneaky.
Minions have spawned.
And Ezreal hanging out in the bot side area again. This Kai'Sa and this Pyke playing up forward. They're going to get spotted on vision here. So the side of blue knows they're coming in. They're not sure if it's a late evade, but I've got pings coming out from the Hecarim as well that he wants some help with his start. So we're going to see exactly how this is going to break out. And so they're just going to sit in the bush. They're very clearly on vision here for us, not very clearly for them. So the pull still lands from the Pyke. Some early damage coming out onto the Ezreal there. The flash comes out from the Kai'Sa. I don't know if she needed to do that, but it does come through. The slow lands from the Olaf onto the Pyke. They're going to put some damage here. He might have to flash to get away, and he is barely alive. The Pyke able to pull through, and that's going to be the first blood going over to Yuumi, and the trade kill coming over to Olaf. So that first blood coming through at just barely under 2 minutes, much quicker than last game. Went on to the Yuumi, not the greatest feeling in the world, won't lie, but she will be able to at least deny the first blood from going over to the side of Fortnite Esports, or Fortnite Gaming. And this Ezreal finds himself in a bit of a pickle. He is down pretty low here. And the minion pulling duty as he's going to go ahead and meat shield for the Ezreal. Ezreal still staying in the lane. Heal's coming through for the Yuumi a little bit. But I don't know if that's the wisest choice for the Ezreal to stay in lane at this point. He's going to be he's going to have a lot of targeting after him. There's the Mega Gnar coming through. And the Neeko doing a great job of poking out into this Corki. Yeah, and even though they were able to get the first blood, Ezreal still finds himself down 10 gold into this Kai'Sa. Oh, the Pyke making a good roam. He gets the pull onto the Neeko. However, no real follow-up, even though he's got several members in the area. Nothing's going to come of it. But that's the potential that you get from the Pyke. He's able to kind of make some moves, be in the right place at the right time, and can definitely influence a lot of these games. All right, we've got a fight breaking out topside. The Hecarim's going to be able to get in there, and that's going to be the Olaf falling. Now we've got the Gnar trying to put some damage out, but he's going to have to flash to get away. Neeko also has to flash. The Valkyrie follows over from the Corki. A lot of damage still coming through. This Neeko might find herself in a bit of a pickle, however. She is going to get out with her life. But that was a very good follow-up. It's a 3v2 on the top side now. The Gnar trying to back, but he's not able to do so with the threat of the dive coming under. And these two members are going to find themselves in a... oh, that's going to be the Neeko taking some more damage. Has to use her W just to try and get away. The clone popped there. The proxy farming coming out of these two is they're going to push in this next wave. And this is going to be another dive coming through. The Neeko ult lands. Not the Eco ult. The Neeko stun lands. The electrocute is procced, but the Gnar does fall. Neeko now left in a 1v3 here on the top side. They're going to go ahead and back taking that last kill and... be happy with what they got. I love the aggression coming out of the side of Fortnite Gaming right now. Very good plays, very good aggression, proxy farming that wave, allowing their wave to crash in and going for the dive again, locking up that Gnar. We do see the side of Act Esports going ahead and starting this first Drake. It's an Ocean Drake. So they're going to go ahead and get this thing started to melt down, but Pyke's in the area. The pull lands. They are able to pull the Yuumi. The Yuumi gets stunned. The Yuumi is going to get potentially blown up here as the Ignite will land. She's going to fall. That's going to be Ezreal locking up the Ocean Drake, first Drake of the game, and now we've got a 2-for-0 trade in favor of Fortnite Gaming, even though Act Esports was able to lock up the Drake. Gnar trying to be out of here. He's got 5 members chasing him. Not much anybody else can do. He's going to try and get away. No flash available, and he's just going to continue to get chunked out. Kai'Sa is going to get the kill, and that is going to be a 2-for-1 trade. I'm sorry, a 3-for-1 trade in favor of Fortnite Gaming. Had to do all the math afterwards because so much happened over the course of that fight. The Pyke pull lands, but it's going to be on the clone, so nothing's going to come of it. Pyke doing a great job of utilizing his ability to roam and put some pressure on this mid so the Corki can try and contest. Corki 3 assists, so he's got a little bit of a gold advantage, down about 5 CS, but nothing too crazy. A lot of kills on your carries, though. Gwen up with 2 kills. Hecarim up with 2 kills. Kai'Sa up with 2 kills. The one kill that Act Esports does have is on the Yuumi. Not the place that you want to have it. There's the pull again, landing from this Pyke. He's a Deadeye with that. There's the W coming out from Kai'Sa. And we see Hecarim's in the area. This could be a repeat down in the bottom area. Flash almost up on Ezreal, but not quite there. And that poor Corki is going to get almost melted down, but he will survive as he's able to Valkyrie out of there. That last auto coming out from the Neeko is very empowered after her W. And at this point in the game, let's take a quick check-in right now. Oh, we've got the Gwen going in on the Gnar. The Gnar has got the Ignite down on him. He's barely going to survive here. He will fall. Olaf coming in to counter, trying to put some damage out on the Gwen. The Gwen doing a great job of trading over. Look at the health bar from the Olaf. He came into this fight full health. She was down to almost a quarter, and he's the one who is now finding himself in a real threat of dying there. Very well played from the Gwen to lock up that kill and get the evade. She finds herself almost double the gold of the Gnar right now. The Hecarim finds himself up about 1,000. Mid is relatively equal, about a 200 gold lead over to the Corki, and we've got almost 600 gold in the pocket of the Kai'Sa. The only one really doing a great job of leading is the Yuumi. She's up about 300 gold on the Pyke. Make that 400, I apologize. Good job from the side of Act Esports, putting in a turret plate there. Kai'Sa now coming through, trying to output some damage. The Yuumi doing a great job of putting that support onto the Ezreal. And this Pyke up on the top side, letting Kai'Sa do a very good job of getting some solo XP, giving herself a little advantage. Look at that. Ezreal, Yuumi, both level 5. Pyke level 4, but the Kai'Sa is already on level 6. So she is going to go ahead and get stacked up here. The the Pyke coming through. They're going to try and land the pull. It does work. The ult comes down from Neeko. The Ignite's down on her. You've got one more person. She flashes away. Hecarim's going to lock up the kill. And that's another kill going over to the side of Fortnite Gaming. We've got a fight breaking out topside now between the Gwen and the Gnar. Nothing more is going to come of that, but what a fight in the mid. Great job coming from Fortnite Gaming to be able to lock up some of these kills and to make sure that they have enough people in the area to get the dives. You've got Pyke, you've got Hecarim, both doing a great job of roaming to where they need to be. Even the Corki playing up to the top side for that dive earlier. Lots of good map playing coming out of the side of Fortnite Gaming. Now the Herald is down. They are going to go ahead and knock down this mid-tier 1 turret at just 9.5 minutes into the game. It might even be able... Ooh, nope, not going to quite get off a second charge. But they definitely find themselves down in the game, and they're going to have to figure out a way to come back and answer this. Act Esports is going to let the side of Fortnite just continue to roll over them right now. The Drake is going to be spawning here in about 45 seconds. It's an Infernal Drake, which means we'll see a Cloud or Mountain Soul on this map. And Gwen coming in. No fear of the Gnar. Good hop to get out of there. She follows up. She's using her ult. Couple goes down. There's some more needles. Might get the last burst here. And, oh! The Gnar is going to survive with a sliver of health. Less than a Teemo's worth of health, if you will. And that's going to be the Kai'Sa taking some more damage from this bot side too. The exhaust comes down. The ult comes out. She does manage to stay alive. No, she does not. That is going to be the follow-up coming from the Ezreal as he's able to Arcane Shift and get in there and then use the flash to follow it up. The Yuumi ult comes down, does save the life from the Pyke, but now Olaf finds himself in a fight trying to lock down this Pyke. The Pyke is very slippery though. That's the Pyke ult as he gets the Olaf. Yuumi finds herself trying to hop onto the Neeko. That's going to be Neeko ult coming through. The Pyke ult misses, and this could be a trade kill over to the Hecarim. Yes, Neeko is able to get the Hecarim, but Corki follows up with a beautiful R and is able to lock down the kill on the Neeko. Corki barely alive here, but what a back and forth fight. Very well played from both teams. However, it is the side of Fortnite Gaming that's able to lock up more kills there, and they do find themselves more pressure across the map. And the rest of the team is going to go ahead and lock up this Infernal Drake from the side of Fortnite Esports, Fortnite Gaming. So that is going to be the Infernal Drake going over to them. It's now tied 1-1 in terms of Drakes. And we will get to see a Cloud Soul. 2 Cloud Souls in a row. Not my favorite thing to see on the map, but it is certainly going to make some of this game interesting. The Gnar playing very far up, finds himself getting caught out by the Hecarim and the Gwen. He's trying to stay alive. He takes some damage. There's the follow-up from the Gwen, and she's able to lock up the kill onto the Gnar. That is another kill going over the side of Fortnite Gaming. And if you're in the chat, let me know how you think of this game, who you're rooting for. Haven't heard a lot since the end of the first game. Let's see what we've got going on here. Don't worry, that'll go away. And the Yuumi landing slows, but just the damage output difference between the Yuumi Ezreal and the Pyke Kai'Sa is definitely being felt, as that Pyke is also 2-1 with the Kai'Sa. 4 kills on the Gwen. The Corki getting a little adventurous, taking a lot of damage. He's going to fall. He was playing way too aggressive, finds himself out of position. Now the Pyke lands the Ignite. They're all coming down from the Neeko. But however, that's going to be the Kai'Sa taking her R in and blowing up the Neeko. That's an Olaf down as well. We've got the Yuumi ult coming through, and that's going to be Pyke locking down that kill. That's going to be a 3-for-1 trade again in favor of Fortnite Gaming. And it looks like this Gnar is trying to trade in lane against the Gwen, but it's not going in his favor, and he has to get the heck out of there before anything else happens. Ezreal, 3-man dive coming through under the turret. Kai'Sa trying to put out some damage. Hecarim doing a great job of taking those turret shots. And Kai'Sa's getting poked out here by this Neeko. The Ezreal continuing to stay for some reason. Should definitely back, especially with Olaf and Yuumi roaming up the lane. But that's going to be a kill going over to Neeko. Kai'Sa is going to get shut down, and that's going to go over to the Neeko. Hecarim putting out some damage onto the Neeko, but she's able to get away. And now we've got Olaf with the Yuumi coming back in and looking for the re-engage. This could be the turnaround going for them. Teleport coming through for the Gwen, and this is going to be the Gwen now in the fight. We've got a lot of back and forth going on here. The Neeko trying to output some damage onto the Hecarim. Valkyrie finding himself in a good position to come through. Hecarim does fall to the Neeko. That's going to be the Olaf falling. We could see, yes, that's the Neeko falling as well. And it is a 2-man game back in the bot lane for Act Esports, as after that trade, they should not have taken the re-engage. The teleport came down from the Gwen. She was able to get right back into the fight. Corki comes through the tri-bush on the side of Act Esports and able to catch them off and definitely puts them at a man advantage on the map, and it's going to be a rough start to the game. Just 14 minutes into the game, maybe 14 and a half. And we see Fortnite Gaming is up almost 7,000 gold at this point. Definitely a big difference from where they were this point last game. They were only up around maybe 2,000 to 3,000. So Fortnite feeling the advantage here, definitely exploiting their position in the game. And there's the Pyke that misses. The R comes in from the Kai'Sa. A lot of damage coming through, but the Gnar is able to survive at least for a moment. He does not get the Pyke reset, but it is going to be the Kai'Sa who's able to lock up and finalize that kill. She finds herself at 5-2 on the map. The Gwen 5-0. The Pyke 3-1. If we take a look at the map, that is a 2,000 gold advantage for the Gwen. That is a 3,000 gold advantage for the Hecarim. It's a 1,000 gold advantage for the Corki and an almost 1,000 advantage for both the Pyke and the Kai'Sa. So they are certainly steamrolling across the map here. They're going for the invades. They have no fear. They're going through. The Ignite comes down. The engage going on. He tries to smite it away to get a little life, but nothing comes of it. The fear comes through. The Yuumi ult comes down, but he will still ultimately fall there. The Yuumi now finds herself without anybody to hang on to. It's a 3v3. There's the Neeko ult. The Hecarim just barely gets out of it. That's going to be some damage coming through. The Ezreal will fall. It's a 4v2 now here on the top side of the map as Fortnite Gaming is continuing to put pressure onto the top side. They're going to go ahead and work this in. They've got all of the tier 1 outer turrets across the map. They're going to go ahead and put some more pressure on this tier 2 turret. Kai'Sa, no fear at all of who's going to come to answer her. There's 3 members now. She knows she's got the support. She knows she's got the items. The Ezreal not even finished with his Divine Sunder. The Kai'Sa already on her Kraken Slayer and moving into her second item. Very likely going to be a Collector if I'm not mistaken. You've got every single one of these champions playing their heart out and doing a very good job. And it's a 10,000 gold difference game at 16 and a half minutes in for the side of Fortnite Gaming. Pyke pull, and it's a miss. Maybe his second one of the game so far. He has been relatively accurate with all of those. And that's going to be Fortnite getting their second Drake of the game. That's going to be their first Cloud Drake, potentially their third. The pull comes through, doesn't quite get it to the Neeko. She just takes a little damage off that, nothing too much. But yeah, we've got ourselves... That's the Pyke pull again. He is doing a great job. It's like he knows where they're at. He is doing some crazy blind shots. And there's the Olaf trying to contest over with the Pyke for some vision there, but I don't know if that's the wisest choice. The Pyke finds himself very large and in charge this game. The Yuumi ult coming down, trying to lock down the Corki. The Neeko ult going to follow up. The Corki able to flash away. And some damage coming out of the Corki. However, he is going to get blown up by the Neeko. The Neeko is fully online and doing some damage. You've got Hecarim and Pyke coming in. Some damage coming over to the Olaf and the Neeko, but they're going to manage to disengage. That's going to be a kill going over onto the Olaf. Pyke is able to get his ult up, and it looks like his reset is still available. He's going to try and pull that. There's the ult again, but it misses as Neeko is just barely able to get away. Some turret shots come down, and the Hecarim is barely alive. Ezreal Arcane Shift to get away from the Gwen. Gwen continuing the pursuit. She's not worried about where she stands around the turrets. And that's going to be the mid-tier 2 turret falling for the side of Act Esports. As it is Fortnite Gaming who's going to drop the rift here and continue their march on down into the game. We are 19 minutes into the game and that Rift Herald is knocking on the base turret. This is not how Act Esports wanted the second game to go. And we do find that Fortnite Esports is up 14 kills. They are up 11,000 gold. They're up a Drake. They're up 4 kills. And this could be Gwen getting caught out of position. No, she's able to blast cone and just barely get away. Good try from the side of Act Esports to play to their win condition, which is to get a pick and then try and exploit the advantage to get some objectives. But they're not able to lock down the Gwen. Ezreal following up, trying to get the Pyke, but again, Hecarim and Kai'Sa in the area, the Olaf as well. We've got a 3-for-3 brewing in the mid lane. This is going to be a fight coming down. Now we've got Corki joining it. We still see Neeko down in the bot lane. She could be roaming over for a little bit of assistance down the mid. This Gwen is just continuing to punish as she's able to knock down the turret into the tier 2 turret on the top side. The Pyke a little early there, but that is going to be Neeko falling. And Gnar will just barely not kill the Gwen and just barely survive himself as he has to flash away. On the side of Fortnite Gaming, continuing to knock on the door. That Olaf taking quite a bit of damage. The Kai'Sa follows up with an R. Turret shot's coming down, but she's able to lock up the kill. The Hecarim's here now. That's going to be the Ezreal on fire. He will fall to the Pyke. And this is going to be very likely the end of the game as 3 members are now down from the side of Act Esports. Fortnite Gaming is marching down. They have the mid-end hit. They have a small wave here. There's only 2 members that can try and hold them back. And one of them is gone. There goes Neeko. It's going to be a 4v1 on the map. The Kai'Sa taking a lot of damage. The Gnar able to trade over a kill, but this is not going to be the fight that he wants to take. Corki trading over a kill. What is Fortnite doing? They trade over a double kill to the side of Act Esports and give it to the Gnar here. They definitely found themselves in a position where they could have ended. They didn't have the opportunity, especially once Gnar got the Kai'Sa. Take your reset, take your golden back. You find yourself up 14,000 gold, sit on it for a little bit and relax. But no, they continue to press and they traded over 2 carries and lots of shutdown gold over onto the Gnar. However, again, they still find themselves in a very favorable position. Up 14,000, up 15 kills. That's the Pyke. He might be caught out here. Some damage coming down. However, no, it's not going to land. This is the Gwen helping them fight, and the Gwen is going to lock up the kill onto the Olaf. Now the Hecarim comes in, follows up, gets the Ezreal. It's a 2-for-1 trade in favor of Fortnite Gaming again. It's a 3-for-1 trade in favor of Fortnite Gaming. The Neeko trying to lock up some kills. She's not able to do anything, and it's an ace. That is all members of the side of Act Esports falling. And Fortnite Gaming is going to go ahead and lock up their 3rd Drake of the game, their second Cloud of the game, and they have no Act Esports has no meta inhib, and I've seen pings come over left and right from the side of Fortnite Gaming that they want to get this Baron started up and locked down. They might want to do it before too many members of the side of Act Esports get up and they have a little bit of contest there, but they're going to go ahead and get things started right now. Fortnite going to go ahead and start burning down this Drake. Just the Hecarim and the Gwen have already got it down to almost half health. This Hecarim can't take too many more of those shots, but it will not matter as the Baron falls, and it will go over to the side of Fortnite Gaming. We now find that Fortnite Gaming is extremely dominant in this position. 21 plus kills, 17,000 gold, 3 Drakes, 6 turrets, and a mid inhib. With the Baron buff, they are going to be basically unstoppable. We will see how this game is going to unfold, but I would expect it to end within the next 2 to 3 minutes here if they can push some pressure on the mid lane, get a little bit on the top or bottom, and go ahead and push for the end. There's Gnar coming down onto the Gwen. The stun lands. The Olaf is here. They're trying to put down some damage. However, look at that trade damage. She's going to get a double kill here. She was 2v1ing people. Yes, that's a Gwen getting the double kill. Even the Ezreal is not enough to lock her up. That's a 2-man advantage now for the side of Fortnite Esports as they're able to lock that down. Gwen having to back, but that's okay. We've got Hecarim coming into the area, taking a couple turret shots, but he's running right over to the Kai'Sa to lend support. They're going to try and wrap up some kills here and let her do her thing. The ult comes through, the Neeko ult coming down. That's going to be the kill onto the Kai'Sa. And Hecarim finds himself outnumbered here, taking some Yuumi shots. However, the Corki putting down some damage will lock up the kill on the Ezreal. It is now a 4v2 on the map. Gwen not quite there, but these Nexus turrets are taking some damage, and they are very likely going to fall here. And that's going to be Neeko missing her stun. It goes wide as she is able to clear up some minions there. But Olaf will fall to the Corki, and it is going to continue to be a 3v4 on the map here. We've got the Nexus turrets taking more damage. Gwen, not afraid, standing strong, knocking down the Nexus turrets. They're down. The Nexus is exposed. The Pyke does some damage. He misses his R. He falls. Neeko's able to lock up that kill. The Zhonya comes out for the Gwen. She's managed to get out of there. It's going to be the end of the game as the entire time Hecarim was whacking on the Nexus. And that is going to be the end of the series. Act Esports will fall to Fortnite Gaming 2-0 in the series. My thanks to Hextech Championships for letting me cast the game. My thanks to Act Esports and Fortnite Gaming for their great gameplay. And my thanks to all of you for tuning in. If you want to see more of this, I host and cast games a couple times a week. You can go ahead and hit the follow button and you'll get updates when I do that. I will also be casting for Hextech Championship tomorrow. So if you would like to catch the next game from them, that'll be TSEA 20 versus Balladia tomorrow at 20:30 CET. Come and check me out. We'll be casting that game as well. Otherwise, thank you very much for stopping by. Enjoy the show, and come back again.